What's up, guys? Welcome back to Tiny Guy and Tall Guy, or Fat Guy and Thin Guy podcast.
Yes, that is us, the most iconic duo on TV.
On television right now, 1999. Get yourself a baby bullet super soaker.
Get yourself a green-haired baby boy.
Get yourself.
They're only $20. They're cheap as hell, and they make content occasionally.
Occasionally is the word there. Sometimes make stuff.
That's most YouTubers' job descriptions. Sometimes I create this thing I like to call content. Most of the times, no. Most of the times, I like to play Minecraft.
Today we're at my house because I moved all the stuff because I had a bunch of work to do.
I'm the victim here.
Which was we haven't uploaded any not Strahd because Strahd's done.
Oh yeah.
We have Waterdeep epilogue and Saltmarsh, and Spencer normally edits those, so we were like, fuck it, let's just edit all of them this week so that we can have them schedule uploaded.
Smart.
And that's what we're doing. Plus, I have a bunch of videos to make, and I just got done building and adding new parts to my computer thanks to Olivia. So, yeah.
That's cool.
That's why all this shit is over here. And I was like, just come over here and do it, because I don't want to move all of it.
Yeah, you showed up, and I was like, I was probably very deep into my 6-hour bubble bath, and all my candles were burning low. It was getting difficult to see the pages in my romantic novel.
And I climbed in with you.
You did, and then you whispered from beneath the water. It was kind of bubbly and very difficult to understand, but you were like, "Hey, Logan, I'm here to grab the equipment," and then you just left.
How did I get under the water?
You slipped under my giant legs. Just down
you
there.
know I can't do that. Unless you were in a fucking pool. There's
you don't have to visualize the scenario. This is what happened.
Dude.
The bubbles remained for about 10 minutes after you had left. And they would pop and I would hear his voice and it was soothing. But he took the fucking computer and I didn't know.
Yeah, oops.
Yeah.
I tried to tell you. I was like, Logan! And I was like, just take it.
And then you hear one
and then we
big,
looked like we were robbing your house when we were going down the stairs. We just had all this shit.
That's weird. I had a dream that I was in the place that I used to live at with my mom. And I dreamed that there was a dude that just came in and was trying to steal shit. So I shanked him and the dream ended.
I had a dream that I was in Castle Ravenloft, but not the real Castle Ravenloft, like a weird version of the Castle Ravenloft. I was an old man who was a prisoner in... I had this dream because I had 2 melatonin last night, which always gives me really weird dreams, and they're very vivid, and I remember them. So this is totally 100%. So I'm a prisoner in Castle Ravenloft, and I'm an old man who can also turn into a rat, I think. Now, I think I can control rats. Anyways, the rats are important.
Yes.
A group of people show up who seem evil, and they want to destroy the castle. But I'm weirdly loyal to Strahd.
As a prisoner?
As a prisoner.
Okay.
And I'm like, no, I can't do that. But then they were going to kill me. So I think, I don't know. And then they were like, well, if you help us, we'll let you be on our side.
You know what? I got just the thing. Rats.
Yeah, actually. And so they let me out and helped me, and I helped them storm the castle. And
they broke the rat man free, and you stormed Strahd's castle.
There was like this moment where like I had let a rat go, and then a cat started chasing it, and I got scared for the rat, and I had to stop the cat while they were burning down Castle Ravenloft.
And then Strahd turned into a bat, and that's 3. 3 rhymes. Ah ha ha.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
very nice.
Keep
no,
going.
Strahd wasn't even there.
What the okay.
Yeah.
This is a weird...
Dude, it's a dream. Mine are so weird. It's
well,
like,
no.
They don't make any sense.
The continuity is always funny because you just assume there is continuity when you're asleep and you wake up and you're like, okay, I knew I was there, but there's no feasible reason I would ever have been in that location.
Here's the thing, though. When I wake up, I realize it's a dream.
Yeah, that's
and
what
I've talked about this before with everybody. So, like, Tyler always tells me, he's like, I always know when I'm in a dream because, let me do Tyler voice. I always know when I'm in a...
Okay.
Sorry, Tyler.
Squidward.
He kind of sounds like that.
A little bit, yeah. I
Whenever
guess.
he does like his, he does that. Anyways,
It's our Tyler impression.
Tyler Squidward was telling me that when he dreams, he
He's always aware. It's always vivid.
yeah, he's like, I know I'm
Lucid.
in a dream. I always know I'm in a dream. But when I am in a dream, I don't know. I'm like, this is real now. This is this reality. And I think it's because I'm really dumb and I always question when like you could walk in the door. You could just walk into my house and come to me and just be like, Jacob, your channel exploded. You have no more money and you're evicted. And I'd be like, really? And you'd be like, yep. And I'd be like, all right.
You should probably ask, hey, Logan, why are you in charge of those three things?
Yeah, also, wait, what? And then I wake up and I'm like, okay, that was a dream.
And
But,
then
like,
I walk in the door again.
It's just
I'm
because
like,
I don't know how shit works half the time. And it has
Yeah.
to do with being very what is it?
Not being
gullible.
grounded.
Really gullible.
Yeah.
And also not understanding anything. So if you just present the truth to me, I'm like, yep, I accept that.
Yes, that is the believable.
I'm very easy to trick. Oh, it's that John Mulaney skit. I'm like
Oh,
I'm like
shoot.
a
I
little,
don't remember what he
little
says.
Motown boy.
Yeah.
You're going to give me a whole $100 for my songs? Where do I sign, Mr. Doily? Yeah. I know that's a reference to a movie, and I don't
Yeah.
know what movie it is, but you all can be mad at me in the comments.
I'm mad at you right now, and I
Yeah.
don't even know why.
Hey, what did your shirt say last time?
It said, please buy my merch. Go to Runesmith's, what is it, Foundry? Forge? Runesmith's Forge on Teespring and buy a shirt. That's what it said.
Yep.
It even had that question where it had to double check to make sure which website it was actually coming from and what the appropriate URL is. It's a very small text that I didn't reveal at the bottom, but it's there.
I'm going to be adding some new shirts to my merch store because
Me
I only
too.
have like 2.
I just need like the free time and the mental energy to, because like we're working on videos fucking crazy right now.
Yeah.
So we can't just like, oh yeah, I'll also
just
do
make some
merch.
shirts.
Let's make some Patreon homebrew content really quick.
Oh, I need to do that too.
Yeah, I know.
God
There's a
damn it.
lot of shit that you got to keep track of, and it's not easy when
Yeah.
you have 100 videos to do.
Oh,
like,
hey,
right
let's
away.
just decide this right now. I'm gonna do a FAQ on my channel. It's kind of for my Patreon at some point, and I plan on just having more people than just myself. Do you want to be on my Patreon FAQ?
What are you fucking gay?
Yeah.
Then yeah, let's do
Oh,
it.
Sweet. Oh, speaking of that, oh no, we can't talk about it. It's not up yet.
Oh.
Damn it. Damn it.
Oh!
Yeah, Saltmarsh. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna talk about our gay escapades.
No.
You're just gonna be like, oh, speaking of me being gay, do you remember the very, very detailed thing we did that one time?
Yeah, remember that? Mm-hmm. Remember that? No, there was some really cool gay stuff going down in Saltmarsh, and I want to talk about it, but we can't because the episode's not up yet. So you'll see in a few weeks.
It's a fun game.
It's great. It's so great.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's got twists and turns, to be sure.
Totally. People are always messaging me all the time.
Well, who said... Okay, that was close to not being good. Who said what just now? Let's roast him for it.
It was Spencer saying... I actually don't remember.
This is why it's hard to contact Jacob. Because he looked at 3 messages. One of them had a profile and I believe an image attached. All of it just...
That sounds so bad. It was Spencer. I don't remember what it was. Huh. And you're like, it was an image. That's...
Oh, yeah, I guess
Yeah,
that does. But I know you guys. That's
Not
not...
what it was.
No.
She's at work right now, and she likes to text me when she's at work, and it was probably something like,
No, there
I
were
finally
like...
got my food.
It looked like there were like 3 different people talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
group
what I
chat,
meant.
and then it's her.
But now that sounds really weird.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck it. Let's just make it weird. Yeah, it was super weird.
It was weird. She sent a picture of Garfield to the group chat.
Oh, I know what that
Yeah.
was. I looked at that, actually.
Yeah, that was earlier.
That was the Sunder group chat.
I thought she was
and-
sending it like hourly.
No. It was...
Because that's how I caught it the first time. She added me. It was like at Logan, and then it was just that Garfield picture. Mm-hmm. Very explicit Garfield image.
Hate those.
Hate those.
Hate those. No, in the Sunder group chat, there was... Because we have one of those. It was...
I'm not in that
Cole-
shit,
I know
man.
you're not. Colton had sent the picture. I don't know if you saw it on Twitter. It was the one with the which magic class are you meme, and it was like there's like abjuration, and then like it has a bunch of stereotypes for each one.
Oh, nah, I
Like,
don't fuck with those.
And so he sent it. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of accurate for some people in the game.
I really like the bizarre ones where it's like how you can tell your friend isn't actually a gamer.
Oh, goddamn. We might be clipping a lot, guys. Sorry, I'm going to bust it down just a little bit. So, yeah, I didn't notice.
Well, I'm trying to pull it closer because I'm staying in the green. I'm not getting to the yellow.
Yeah, it's not hitting red over there, but I did on OBS. Fuck, I don't know. Sorry, guys.
I've had that happen before. It wasn't an issue, but yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't grab actual mic.
Yeah.
There.
He has a stand that...
I just like to hold the stand, guys.
That thing has like no correct like weight distribution.
No.
What's the word? Where it's like top heavy? Is there a word for that?
God damn it, we are ghetto as hell.
Yeah.
Dude.
Look at this.
Everybody else on YouTube is so professional with how they do everything. Like even like Nerdarchy and Cody and like WebDM and all of them.
We're refreshing.
That's
our marketing point.
In my apartment,
we're bad. Yeah.
With a green screen up and a sound.
Can you even call it a green screen up?
It's just.
This is a thin sheet that you can see through.
Yeah.
And it only covers about 2/3.
It works if you chroma key it though. Just saying.
Yeah, it does.
Just saying.
Usually, like, get the light off in the back.
Yeah,
or whatever,
that's dead ass. Just my kitchen. So yeah, I lay it on the floor during one of my videos.
Perfectly clean kitchen. I was gonna say, I really like those surreal versions of those memes, or like bizarre, just abstract. Where there's one where it's like how to tell if your friend isn't really a gamer, and there's one where it's like they just have a journal, and you look at it, and on every page, written repeatedly, says "I hate video games." It's like, yeah, that happens a lot. I don't know. I like memes that are just like, what the fuck?
Like the anti-memes?
Anti-memes, yeah. They're
Those
the
are
best.
funny.
Like shitty movie details.
Oh my god, those are hilarious. Fake history porn is funny too.
Yeah.
Speaking of Reddit,
Oh,
we were talking about Reddit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys ever go on Twitter, but I
Reddit.
I was taking a big dump on Reddit because I wasn't taking a dump. I was just upset.
Jacob was handed a very tall L for his last video.
I got a big L for my video handed to me by Reddit.
Yeah.
YouTube, and I just tweeted. I put like I made a video. YouTube. Hey, this is kind of funny. And then Twitter is always like, yeah, okay. And then Reddit's just like, fuck you. This is awful.
Hey, can you please die? Because you made something that I don't agree with.
So, something I noticed with this video that you posted on Reddit today.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just noticed that it's...
I'm open to criticism.
Okay,
so,
all right.
yeah.
You're open to criticism? Oh, that's really great. So, I just wanted to notice that, and just wanted to point out that this one part in the video right here...
which part?
The entire thing.
Oh.
The entire thing. Yeah, I just wanted to say
okay.
fuck you and die. And what I mean by fuck you and die is that
Elaborate.
this attacked me on a personal level, and and I hate you, and you're stupid, and you're dumb.
Am I legally allowed to say that back to you?
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
Because like everybody on Reddit is always so often like, and is always so like they're.
I am holier than thou.
No, not that. They're always like. It's so dumb when other websites or other people are so sensitive about things. Like the amount of shit they gave Brie Larson when she did that interview where she was just like, is this a personal attack or something? And it was like, she was just doing a bad joke, guys. And everyone was like, she's like a feminazi. And it's like, shut up. My God.
Now, did you go back and watch that whole video?
Yeah, it's cringy.
It's not good.
It's cringy.
I'm like, maybe that comes from here to some extent.
Okay,
I hope it doesn't.
So
because it seemed like it did.
So if you go look at Brie Larson recently and before that and all of that, you can, if you know like her work and what she does and the kind of person she is, she was like trying to joke and it wasn't working. And it kind of just, to me, it looks like a really uncomfortable interview. That's what it looked like. And everybody was pinning it on her that she was like trying to be this social justice warrior and all that kind of stuff. It's like, God damn it, calm down.
I mean, it was obvious that it was a joke, but generally, jokes that are spontaneous are supposed to be parodies of stuff that you're familiar with or stuff you believe. So, for her to just kind of throw that out, it's like, why did you say that? You could have made a different joke, gone in a different direction, but
Well,
I get what you mean about Reddit. They're very
but
antagonistic.
The problem with Reddit is like they get so angry at that, like how you should, and then you piss them off a little bit, and they're just like, and they're like, you're wrong, and it's like, oh God. Okay.
That's
and
a lot
like
of communities.
The one dude comes out of the cracks and he's just like, here's my 4-page essay on, and it's like, all right, okay. And it's really funny because, not that YouTube comments are any better.
No.
But like on
No.
YouTube, if some dude writes like a 4-page paragraph, everybody in the comments just like poo poo pee pee.
Yeah. What the fuck? Why'd you write this? I didn't read it, but I'm here.
Like what? It's like a bunch of dumbasses in YouTube comments. It's so funny.
Because you're going to YouTube, you don't want to fucking read. You're like, I'm going to scroll down. Is this funny? No. Is that funny? A little bit. Is that funny? Oh, God. I better comment poo-poo.
Yeah, my favorite comment on the recent video that I did with the DM that uses no homebrew is, this man drinks straight vanilla extract. And I was like, that's great. That's great. That's a good one.
That's beautifully mean.
Right. And there are a lot of comments on YouTube that, disagree with stuff. And I don't care. It doesn't really bother me that much if you disagree with the video. My problem is that I guess I don't really have a problem. I was just frustrated because it was just like, initially, as soon as I posted r/D&D is like, this is dumb. And it's like, all right, whatever. Okay. I don't get it.
You learn from it and you move on.
I guess
and
so.
they don't.
That happened before with my monk video. So I made the easiest class in the game is monk. I still stand by that statement because whatever. But it's just because I think it's the easiest class.
Yeah.
And I posted on Reddit, and there was this dude who wrote an 8-page novel.
He did.
Saying, nope.
You could have just like published what he said.
Yeah, he would literally take the things I said in the video, and he would quote them, and then go, here's why that's wrong, and then this, and then here's why that's wrong. But here's
he
the thing.
cited his resources with this essay.
But I have to be fair, because I actually really liked what he said.
Yeah.
It was a really fair criticism. There were a few parts where he was kind of mean, and I figured he thought I wouldn't read it, so that's why he did it. He, she, they, I don't know. But he had every little thing that he had like quoted and like counter said whatever counter arguments. It was really good, and I was like, hey, this is really good criticism. Thank you. Now I have I have a better argument now because I know what to look for in this kind of thing, and I see what your points are, and I appreciate that you gave me criticism for this because sometimes criticism isn't a bad thing, and everything deserves criticism.
And then he responded
and he was like, "Oh shit, sorry, man." And he like fixed it, and I was like, "It's whatever."
I think the reason for that is that a lot of more popular people, I guess not so much famous, but there's like that bar where you have a following. Yeah. Once you have a following, people don't see you just as an individual. They compare you to like a company.
Yeah.
And companies are a network of a bunch of people that don't really have one direct face. And they use that as a veil to avoid anything. But like, we're just creators. We're just two people chilling next to Jacob's kitchen talking bullshit. Yeah. So like, we most of the time read the comments, and half the time we agree with you. Like, my 2 least popular videos were like, I know the cantrip one, and I guess
least popular or like polarizing.
Yeah, polarizing, because they would be the most popular. So it's the item one, and then the one about cantrips. And I got a couple details wrong in the cantrips. I think 2 specifically. And they're like 1,200 comments. And I'm sure
Bless doesn't do radiant damage.
Hey, did you know that?
Bless doesn't do radiant damage.
That I know that now? I figured that out on my own.
Jesus Christ. The amount of people are like...
No, it was
I'm the master cantrip knower. I know all the cantrips.
I know. No, I don't. But like...
No, that's them in the comments. That's not you. They're just like, I know all
I looked it up, and you didn't. I did. I was just wrong. I have...
dumb brain.
Yeah, dysabrenia. Dissociative cognizance or cognizance. My brain sometimes doesn't think like a brain.
That was too smart for me. I couldn't process that.
I speak Latin to throw people off.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
You just know some roots. You throw them together like a salad, and you're just like, eh. the fuck?
Speaking of that,
yeah.
a small side thing. It was really funny because the amount of times that I know you and I have probably looked up other Latin words, like to get cool names for D&D. I've now memorized a lot of Latin roots at this point.
Yeah.
And so we played Colton's game, and he came over and he was just like, okay, so the NPC's name is Luxella Ignin. And I was like, Lightfire?
Yeah,
like,
Lightfire.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, sorry, man. I just know them.
Does it?
I felt really bad. Anyways, sorry.
yeah.
I know Latin roots. Anyways, continue with your point.
It helps when people talk big and you're like, I know half of the word you just said. The rest is in context. But a lot of the things I stand by in those two videos, like, I still think the Vicious Mockery is kind of shitty. I absolutely agree it's one of the most fun spells to roleplay. It just doesn't really do that much. And then stuff like Acid, I know it melts doors, but the way that it's described in the book, specifically what it offers and provides as uses, like only the written text is like, this does a certain thing when you code a weapon for a minute or whatever.
There's an Acid cantrip?
No, Acid as like an item. This is from the other video.
Oh, your item video.
Yeah.
That's right.
So like you can use it to melt locks. Pretty much everybody said you can use it to melt locks. I don't think it actually says that in the book. It's just a use that you can creatively have for Acid, which I'm totally behind.
Yeah.
But the way that it's described, like on the opposite end, pretty much on your video that you just made, where you're like, people who don't use homebrew, that means that they don't vary from the rules at all.
Yeah.
So what is written is what is truth. So you can only use Acid to coat your weapon for a minute. If you're creative, you can make anything work, ever.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
To talk about that video, because I feel like a lot of people kind of missed my point with it. That's not how I feel in the video on both sides. I'm making fun of it as a joke, and it's not something I'm angry about. Not everything is something that I'm just trying to, preach and make a point about. I know some DMs who don't use any homebrew, and I actually more often than not have DMs who use too much homebrew, and that makes me upset. And really, it's like, I don't do this rule, instead I do this. And it's like, if anything, I'm more on the side of I'm more raw vanilla than I am anything else.
Yeah.
So
'cause I think I agree with that.
It's
and
like I'm making fun of myself in the video, if anything.
I'm implementing newer rules in one of my campaigns to make it more difficult, adding like hit point, just heavy hit point variance with diseases and rest to make it harder to not stay dying.
Yeah.
And that's going to be very tough for me to manage because it's all new stuff that I now have to keep track of in addition to what I've always been doing.
Yeah.
Which I basically took authority over something that the players would normally handle. So now I have to be conscious about that so I don't forget it.
I really want to write my own setting.
What was I going to say?
Because
My point with that is that you can't fill a cup that's already full. So D&D has a lot of fucking rules you have to learn and memorize.
Yep.
Like, the better that you get at it, the more of it becomes subconscious, but that's where you're filling up your cup. So if you have a DM who just throws half that out the window and says, this is what we do now, please memorize it, you're going to get thrown on your ass because it's confusing and you don't want to learn. I don't want to learn new things. That's hard.
Just putting my foot up.
Sorry, I was sitting like a woman. Continue.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but it was very much discouraged for me to sit.
You were kind of like manspreading.
This?
What? No. Oh, that's probably comfy. I wish I could do that. Because then I could...
Because I have a huge-ass ball sack, so it all just goes 20 feet down onto the floor.
It's because you have long-ass legs, bro.
That too.
I can't do that because I'm like... it won't go any further.
All right. It's a weird blessing that I have that makes Westerners look at me and be like, that is a gay man. But yeah, you had a tangent I took from?
I really want to write my own setting. Just because there's a bunch of things that I want to make sense. Not like I want to go and make my own little thing. It's more like, okay, I like 5th edition D&D. But why do I have to attune to an item for an hour? Why do some monsters only take damage from magic? things that are game rules, I really want to explain with lore and
Yeah.
then just make that my thing.
I really like monsters not taking damage from anything other than magic in a lot of senses that like is totally understandable.
I get it, but I also want there to be a real reason other than magic hurts them. It's like, okay.
Oh, no. Well, I think there's a good reason. It's just you have to kind of explain it in whatever game you're running or playing in. So
yeah,
it's
that's
like
what I want to do. I want to have a way to explain it.
I say in a dungeon that I just made, there are shadows, like echoes of yourself and stuff. And of course, you can't swing a sword at a shadow and do damage to it. You would have to do either like a touch or like a solid ranged attack with magic to actually harm it, because it's a purely magical creature.
Okay.
Like you can't cut a shadow with a steel sword.
Yeah, I get that with elementals and like shadows and stuff like that.
For
That
the most
makes
part,
sense.
because so much of the fucking monster roster, sorry, but
Monster roster.
yeah, just all the monsters they have, they're all outsiders or extra planar. They're not from the material plane, and that's what gives them that resistance, because they're already in environments that we're not supposed to be in.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I like that. I like the idea of things that aren't like physical, like they take more damage from it. But I also really like the idea of making monsters that have just a fuck ton of hit points, but they have like 4 or 5 vulnerabilities.
Yeah, 5e definitely suffers. They were not creative at all when it comes to resistances and immunities and vulnerabilities.
I think it's a part of the design.
I don't like it. I feel like it'd be cool, because if you're a monster hunter, you want to have stuff that equips you for fighting certain types of monsters.
Right.
So, like, if you're really good at hunting elementals, you would carry around each element and try to use it as, like, a fucking Pokemon game.
So...
Yeah, there should be, like, a Pokemon edge to it.
Yeah, but what they did with 5e is, and this is apparent in all of the design of the game.
They simplified it.
They not only simplified, they made it that anybody can do anything. That's like the whole point with 5th edition is that you can play a bard and kill monsters.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole. That's just what you can do. And so if
Can you though?
I mean, you can try.
Yeah.
Better than other conditions. Better than other editions where it's just like 3.5 and you're like, you fucking suck.
Oh.
So like monsters don't have like a ton of vulnerabilities. They explain why in the monster manual, and it's like if you do this too much, then it's just encounters are gonna get really easy and they get repetitive instead of having unique ways. So it's like, all right, you every time, and this is already apparent with monsters that have vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
Every time we fight a troll, we do fire damage because why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
So if you start giving a bunch of vulnerabilities to monsters, it's like we're fighting skeletons again, bludgeoning damage. We're fighting these guys again, blah 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 blah. Which counteracts the thing I just said about giving monsters a lot of vulnerabilities. But I would almost like want to do it backwards. So like give them a bunch of health, and then they have like 10 vulnerabilities, and then they have just some things that they're resistant to just because they're naturally resistant to it.
See, that would just, the way you're describing it,
It would
sounds
make it
like
more complicated.
No, you would just extend the fight and make it last too long.
If they're not using the right kind of damage. Which is kind of what 5th edition already does, so this is backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, let's take a break because we don't take breaks, and also because I have to go to the bathroom.
All right, cool.
Yeah, cool.
Well,
edit this out, Logan.
Welcome back to the thing that just left.
Yep.
So
I want to show you a picture. I just want to see what your reaction will be. What do you think about that?
I don't think about that.
I'm not
It is
gonna.
definitely a cursed image. Honestly, that's a lucky place to have that.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah, right.
Anywhere else would be a lot worse.
It kind of sucks that everybody would have to see that, though.
Yeah, but I mean, if you got into a situation where you got that on or in your body,
Yeah.
I feel like everyone deserves to see you like
Oh,
that.
just so everybody knows, it was.
Oh,
I'm
you're
not
gonna
show. I'll tell.
No,
them.
don't. Just
don't.
keep
Okay.
it ambiguous.
All right. Okay.
There was a person with something somewhere.
Yeah, that is very accurate, actually. Look, I like made it a little.
Aww. I mean, whoop-de-fucking do, man.
Yay! Now it's even worse. This
It
so
is.
dumb.
Just like arc it and hold it like. Yeah. Smart.
I like to do it like this, actually. With one leg out.
I just don't do. You know what? We're classy here on the Subclass podcast.
On the Subclass podcast.
Well, that was a brief visual gag. Where did we leave off?
We left off on
something funny. All right. So I got back into Minecraft recently.
Who fucking didn't?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna be in fat boy mode right now.
Fat boy mode. And I wanted to build like a natural lake, or not a natural lake, like a man-made one. And in order to do that, you have to like get it all perfectly level and even, and then start like putting water, and it all spills out, and then you dig down. But TNT doesn't work underwater.
Nope.
So if you just have that flat level, you're kind of fucked.
Yep.
You have to like find the perfect way to get rid of all that shit and get it deep, and then throw some dolphins in there.
Oh yeah, the dolphins are cool.
The updates are super neat.
I was like right in the middle of building a gigantic base, and then I just stopped playing because I got busy.
I finished my gigantic base, and then I started again because that's how you play Minecraft.
Nice. Shit, there was something I wanted to talk about, and I forgot what it was.
Well, I don't have anything to talk about.
I know.
I don't know why you guys are here. We're just kind of
I'm just kind of
us.
Yeah.
And that's like it. Whoa.
Whoa, that's crazy.
That wasn't anything.
That's insane.
Nice maps, dude.
Yeah, I like maps a lot. I like to hang out maps.
You know, I worked as a land surveyor.
I remember that.
Yeah.
For like a week?
No, it was longer. It was less than a month, I would say. Like the first 90 days.
I remember that.
Yeah, the trial and error. I was not a good employee, but I did learn some things. It's very interesting how much like bureaucracy goes into making maps. There's like the whole fucking township and range that is actually a really unique system. It's like you just squares, hundreds of squares, and then you like go down each one to figure out exactly where it is. Pretty much, yeah. I learned a couple things, but I don't like making maps, so I don't utilize them. What program did they use? It's a common. It's shoot.
Paint.
Yeah, MS Paint. So what we would do?
They just dead ass use MS Paint.
It was like a 720p full map that they would have us do, and the first thing, of course, you do because it's a blueprint for some plans that someone wants between two civil disputes. Like if someone's extending their land or there's something being built in someone's property, what you do is you go into MS Paint.
Got it.
The 720p map.
Okay.
You hit there's this bucket tool that they have. You go to blue. Just any shade of blue will do.
There's a bucket tool?
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's awesome.
It's funny. It looks like a bucket, but it's like turned on the side, and it's just dripping forever.
That's cool.
And unlike a bucket, when you click on something, it just goes over the whole thing. Like perfect. No splatters. It's such a clean.
That's so cool.
Clean product.
That's awesome. That's that program where you can make circles.
Yeah. I feel like we do actually legally have to say we are financially supported by Microsoft Paint, the program.
Thank you, Bill Gates.
Yeah, thank you, Gilbait. But yeah, so you do that, and then you would
That's like his
like
favorite
this line
thing.
tool.
They made Windows 10, and he's like, "Is Microsoft Paint still on
Did you
it?"
keep Paint?
Yeah, Bill, it's still on there.
What about Microsoft SAM, huh? Google has that covered. Put Microsoft SAM in it.
Well, we made this new. No, Bill. We made this new thing. It's called Cortana. It's like Halo.
What the fuck did you just say to me?
It's like Halo.
You're not a gamer, bitch. I'm Bill Gates.
What?
I know what Halo is. You don't have to explain it to me.
Which one's your favorite Halo, Bill?
The one that has Microsoft SAM in it,
Microsoft
Sarah.
SAM isn't in any of them. It's just Cortana. She's the character in the game.
You're fired. Go get someone who likes Microsoft SAM into my office, and then pack your things.
She like leaves.
Yeah.
She just walks back in.
Yeah.
All right.
I love Microsoft SAM. Best. Yeah.
We're just gonna call it Cortana.
He just never finds out. He's never used.
He has a computer in his office, and it's a Windows XP.
Like 7. Yeah.
Not even 7. It's a Windows. The what's the fucking original one? The very first Windows.
Like Windows 1989 or something.
I don't know. Windows 92. See, now we're dated. We weren't alive when this was a thing, so
yeah, that's a little.
It's
old.
just XP, and it's got like it has it has Solitaire and Paint and Microsoft Sam and Clippy, and he's like, "This is my company.
Yeah. These are my friends. This is my
the best
family.
thing ever." And they're just making Windows 10.
Clippy is like actually.
He occasionally comes out between 7 and 8, and he's like, "Tiles," and they're like, "God damn it." Tiles?
And another screensaver.
My son got me this iPad. I love it. Do it. And they're like, all right,
Make
we'll
an
make
iPad?
all of our computers touch screens now.
Yeah.
Even though half of our audience doesn't use touch screens.
Then he goes back to his Windows XP computer and is like playing with Clippy. They're like, someone actually outsourced Elon Musk to make a better AI for Clippy to distract Bill Gates. So he's just like, dude, Clippy's so cool.
We had to make Windows 10. We did it without any of Bill's knowledge.
Where's Bill? Yeah, I do want to make another resume.
That guy has a lot of money.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
A lot of people have a lot of money. You'd be surprised.
That's true. Oh, okay. I discovered a new subreddit.
Oh,
Speaking
boy.
of Reddit, I love Reddit. Reddit's like my favorite thing to go on every day. So great, so awesome.
I like YouTube.
I love Reddit. I love YouTube as
This video is actually sponsored by YouTube because it's going up there.
It's not. They demonetize these videos.
No, the first two, they monetized them finally.
Are you serious?
The third one is like manually. Yeah, no, that's not okay.
Yeah, I did a manual review, and somebody
you did all
sat
of
there
them.
and watched and was like, no, dude. No
Apparently,
way.
according to Marissa, I dropped one too many F-bombs.
That's
I didn't know
no
that.
way.
That could happen, I guess.
That's not a thing.
Well, no, I mean just in general. Even if it's not like a censorship thing, it can be excessive.
I get that, but like, some channels get away with it.
Yeah. I don't really know how they determine
I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
But whatever. Anyways, I was on Reddit and I found a new subreddit. And
Yeah,
it is so great. It's called r/cringy fandom memes. We're not going to look at them because that's not what this podcast is, but it is so great. And it is like old Tumblr, like giving the characters quotes that they never said.
Oh.
So
okay.
so one of them is like
that one image of Larry the Cucumber kissing Pickle Rick.
No. It's not. That's like kind of funny. This is like
okay.
fucking bad. Like,
Okay.
People are like,
yeah,
I have
that's
to
like Comedy
unsub from this
Cemetery.
place because it's too good at its job.
Oh fuck.
So it's like it's
fuck.
like
that's scary.
Oh yeah. What's a good one? Okay. One of them is like. A lot of them have to do with Tom Holland as Peter Parker, and like this weird relationship with Iron Man and like Robert Downey Jr. So like it'll be like one of them was Falcon, and he looks over at Spider-Man. This is something they never fucking say, obviously, and he says, "Hey, Spooderman."
No way.
And Tom Holland turns and says like he spells out "fuck off" with
a web
with
cum of Robert Downey Jr.
God, it's not like that. It's like too bad. He spells out "fuck off" with
chalk.
I'm being so dumb. I don't know.
A little bit.
It's not chalk. It's what's the science board with the
element the chemical.
Elements.
Yeah.
So he he's smart, so he spells out "fuck off" with the elements, and Falcon's like, huh? And then Tony Stark is like, Peter Benjamin Parker, go to your room. It's like that.
I'd bet you $50 that "fuck off" is not a stable compound.
Yeah, but it's like he says like fluorine, gold, potassium, bleh, and he says it like that, and like it's supposed to be like, wouldn't the characters say this? And it's like, no, never.
Okay.
I have to pull it up now and show you.
No, I get it.
Oh, that
that's
still there.
Yeah, that's still there. That made me tired just hearing and comprehending that.
So the number one on it of all time is this stupid ass piece of shit. Everybody keeps reposting it, and it's annoying.
Okay.
And it's this one That's this week.
So we are looking at them.
Oh, sorry, can't reach Reddit. Reddit crashed.
I can just see the...
There it is. Okay, it's this dumb ass piece of shit. It's the I'm stuff meme, and it's terrible. And it's Tom Holland, and he says, "Sorry, I'm late. I was doing stuff." And then it's MJ, and she says, "I'm stuff." And Peter says, "MJ, OMG, no." And Robert Downey Jr. says, "Haha, Pete, your girlfriend is awesome." All right, so that's a gigantic fucking meme that everybody keeps reposting.
I know.
It's really annoying.
There was like a huge war where like thousands of people got... Yeah, there you go. Nice.
That's it.
Off. You see, they couldn't even spell off.
Yeah. This one's terrible. It's Hermione, and she's like, "Did it hurt when you fell?" And Ron says, "When I fell from heaven." And Hermione says, "No, when you fell for me." And the worst part is that Harry Potter, in quotations, like he's saying it in his head with a happy face, is saying, "Go get him, girl. Good one, Herms. You got this."
Herms.
So it's like that. It's bad, but they're so... I don't know why I'm like addicted to looking at them. Like they're like really fun to be like, ooh.
I'm suffering now.
It'll give you cancer.
I have cancer now.
It'll give you a brain tumor. I gotta find another
I have
one.
6 types of cancer.
This is a great one.
Oh God. All right, guys.
All I'm gonna say is it's Jack Frost from the Guardians movie.
So this is
and
Elsa. this is young, like tiny little girl Elsa in her room while she's still trapped. She's like, "Hey, Jack," and he's there. Apparently, this is Jack Frost, and he's like crouching with a stick. Don't know how he got in there. He says, "Yeah." She is pushed it ever so slightly. It might be a pillow now. She says, "Can we get married when I grow up?"
Oh my God.
That's right. He doesn't age.
Somebody had to go through and crop.
Of
those
course
out.
we can. / laughs / That's not... No, you use fucking asterisks. Fuck you.
Laughs.
Looks like your dream came true, baby girl. Chuckles. Blushes.
Oh yeah, and then she like grew up.
Oh, this meme was made by Disworker, as he watermarked it.
It's 15 years later. He's in a suit.
But he has the same
like they got married.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good one.
I'm in pain. Oh, here's... Oh, God, no. We're done. We're done with that. We're done.
It's too good. It's too good at its job,
it's
right?
It's too... Oh...
Yeah. It's bad.
Because people are different. A lot of people
Logan's going into
are very
exponential
different.
philosophy mode.
No, I just want to put bearings on this and say sometimes thought processes can result in shit like that, and I will never in my life understand what goes on in the brain of a person who dedicates the time to making those memes.
Oh, God. Damn. It hurts.
There are people out there. That was a real guy.
Yeah, there are worse people than that.
I think I'm ready to die, Jacob. I'm ready. Hey, God. God, bring that sun down. We're done.
Bring that sun down over
it's,
my eyes.
It's over. It's like, dear Lord, bring the sun a few 100,000 miles closer. Thanks.
God just replies, "I'm stuff."
A lot of people got banned for saying that from like every subreddit.
Yeah, because apparently I don't know why it was so funny. It wasn't. If anything, it just ruined the originality of the first one.
It's only funny if you don't have the context, I think.
I actually think that one's funny. Like, it's not...
Yeah.
It's, like, ironically funny, where, like, the final panel of Robert Downey Jr. just being like, your girlfriend is awesome.
I'm
hilarious.
I'm supportive dad. It's funny that you have sex. It's funny to me.
That's not the funny part. The
No,
funny
I know.
part is, like, his face, and, like, somebody put that in there, like, Peter, your girlfriend's awesome.
Peter. Oh, God.
Anyways, I'm gonna go die now.
And then he did, and he went like that, and he died. That was a funny moment in the movie.
That was hilarious. I was sitting in the theater, everybody was crying, and I was just like,
I was like, OMG lol.
now what, is Captain America gonna become old now? Oh, he did.
Was Captain America gonna be Iron Man now? Is that what's gonna happen?
Is it what's gonna happen?
I think so.
Oh no, the other guy is Captain America. Oh, so is he like dead? Wait, what did he do when 9/11 happened?
Wait,
did he just wait? What's going on?
Is Falcon Captain America yet? Is that gonna happen?
I think he's supposed to be, but like
Yeah.
the show they're doing on Disney is like he's still Falcon.
What?
Yeah, it's called Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
As a show?
Yeah, they're doing a show. You didn't know that?
With the real actors?
Yeah, they're doing a show on Disney's thing.
Ooh.
What if it's good?
Ooh. Check the writers. That's all I would say about that. It's before you even watch it. If they have the normal cast, that could be because of contracts. Make sure the people who aren't on screen know what they're doing.
It's D&D. The Game of Thrones guys. Dan, you don't watch Game of Thrones. I forgot.
Oh,
Yeah.
the two guys who fucked it up?
Yeah, not that. They've been running the show since the beginning, and everybody is like giving a pooping on their faces for fucking up the ending.
Yeah.
Which I didn't think was that bad. I just thought it could be better.
I think everyone agrees it's bad. So
Well,
it's
yeah,
probably
of course
objective.
everybody agrees it's bad because they get the fucking hive mind and they get pitchforks and it's like, if you don't dislike Game of Thrones and you're a
No, everyone loved Game of Thrones before the finale, and the fact that everyone turned, like did a full heel face turn kind of thing.
Yeah, because they did.
That means it's objectively bad, I would say.
I think that's of your opinion. Like, if you think it's bad, then okay.
I didn't go through and watch it. I think I stopped at like season 3.
I didn't think it was bad. I just think it could have been way better. Like, it was the biggest show ever, forever. Like, everybody's fucking watching this. Maybe it's not, save a few people. It's huge. And this is the finale, and they're just like, boop, there.
Yeah.
Boop, it's done. There's your, it's done. And it just felt, that's what it sucks about it, is they just kind of like, okay, this, done.
In my opinion, there's really only one major way to fuck up a story.
Yeah.
And like the only thing you need to know to write a good story is how to keep your characters consistent. Like, even if they don't progress,
Yeah.
but they're not like, if they're the same person and they stay the same way and it makes sense, then have them be them. If you turn someone into a completely different person for no reason, without any like turmoil or anything tough that they have to go through that changes them, you're really, really bad at writing stories.
Yeah, that's...
Or you're lazy.
Are you referring to Daenerys?
No, I don't know what happened with Daenerys.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'm saying I wanted to make a video about that topic.
Interesting.
How if you fuck up someone's character arc, that alone will destroy
So that's
everything,
an argument that goes into to Daenerys a lot. A lot of people didn't like that.
Did she just like go crazy at the end or something?
Yeah, she goes crazy.
Okay.
And so I thought it was cool. I wanted that from the beginning.
But there was no motivation.
No, there is motivation.
She wants the throne.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what's going on over the sea for the most part.
I'll explain it to you from the side, and you can get like a fresh perspective on
Okay.
it. Maybe I won't do the show justice here, but I'll at least explain it the best way I can. I've watched the whole thing, so there. So the entire journey is that she wants to get to the throne. That's her whole thing, right? So she frees slaves. She kills slave masters. She liberates people.
Yeah.
She builds armies. She does a lot of like really good things.
She gathers pretty much the loyalty that a king or queen should have without the throne. Actually, it would have been really interesting if once she had her army ready and like had all her subjects, just said, fuck it, I'm not doing it. This is my kingdom now. That would have been dope.
Yeah, the whole thing with her, though, is that she wanted her birthright. That would have been cool.
But she wanted her birthright in the beginning because she was a fucking kid.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like that would have been a successful arc.
Yeah. Yes. Especially because
Maybe not
she didn't
satisfying,
know much about the Seven Kingdoms to begin with. It was a completely different place. So it would have been cool.
It's weird that it matters this much to her still after all these years.
Well, the problem was that the places that she was still staying in, there were problems. So like when she was in Marine, which is like when she had like the most power, she was living at the top of a goddamn pyramid. There were these people called the Sons of the Harpy, and they were like secret police assassins that were just like killing everyone.
Okay.
And so like even where she was, it was terrible. And she kind of thought like the Seven Kingdoms would be like the final, like there's no problems and everybody loves me when I'm here.
Yeah.
So she had like a false sense of what it would be.
Okay.
So anyways,
Just solve the damn problems in your own area.
I know, right? But so that's not what she wanted.
Okay.
She wants the Seven Kingdoms. That's her whole thing.
It's like the childlike fantasizing.
Right, because she doesn't belong where she lives. She's still like a person who doesn't, you know, she. Anyways.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
So her whole thing is that she wants to get back to all that. She does a lot of terrible things. She goes through a lot to try to get it. She frees a lot of slaves and does all these things. But the thing is that she would always burn her enemies. Like she was always just like very vicious.
Oh yeah,
how they
okay.
died. She watched as her
the whole fire and ice.
Khal Drogo poured gold over her brother's
Molten.
head, who was like abusive to her, and
No,
all
I
of that
remember
kind of
that.
stuff. So there's that hint of like she's the Mad King's daughter. All right, so
Okay.
she that's already a thing. Her father was
I
was
remember
killed.
that.
And so, welcome to the Game of Thrones podcast, guys. Anyways, so she's kind of had this little like viciousness about her this whole time, but she's in the end she's like chaotic good. She does good things. So when she gets to Seven Kingdoms, and she finally does stuff, she burns the Lannisters' army in the previous season. So
Okay.
like there's this war scene where she like
Yeah,
you
no,
feel bad for the Lannisters because the dragon is like melting them inside their armor, and it's awful. Then she helps the northern people win the battle with the zombies. 2 of her dragons are dead by the time that she goes over, and she's lost a lot of people at this point. She's sacrificed so much. A lot of her army has died. Jon won't marry her or give her the birthright because he doesn't want to marry his aunt, because that's the thing. I'm not going to explain all of that shit.
No, I
because
know
it
that.
gets really
Are they actually connected by blood?
Yes.
Okay.
Jon is a Targaryen.
Yes.
And a Stark. He's both.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's the rightful king.
Well, no, I
he
mean,
bends the knee to
them-
Daenerys
yeah.
to say you can have it, but I don't want to like marry you because you're my aunt, and that's
Yeah.
what she wants. Then her advice, like one of her like
So he
closest
should become
people
the hand, pretty much.
Yeah, one of the closest people she had the entire time, which was what was her name?
Grey Worm?
Missandei. Missandei. Cersei like decapitates her during negotiations. So like it's like building up, and then they go and they fight King's Landing, and like boom, they win. They win right away. Like it's done. They win.
Yeah.
And then they're like, Tyrion keeps telling her, once the bells ring, just stop and we win. Let the people escape. And she goes, nope. Goes crazy and genocides the entire city. Just kills civilians after they've won. She just goes crazy, destroys everything, just because like...
Because what?
Because it was like build up. She was like, I'm the Mad Queen now. And that was it. And she just kills everyone. And it's like a good half of the episode, 30 minutes of it is just all of our main characters trying to survive and save civilians while Daenerys just occasionally just burns innocent people. And it's like, oh fuck, okay. Then the next episode they're like, what do we do? And Tyrion's like, I'm not going to be a part of this. And Jon's like, I got to do that. He like he argues with himself. He goes up to the throne and he just stabs her. She dies. Drogon, the final dragon, comes in and it's just like sees that Jon killed her. God damn it. Now that I'm saying it, this is so dumb. The dragon looks at him. He's got Daenerys in his arms who just got stabbed by him. Drogon burns the throne, takes Daenerys and flies away. As if the dragon somehow understood symbolism and went, the throne killed her. And then flew away.
Bro, you just posted cringe. You're going to lose subscriber. Cause fuck.
Yeah, that's kind of the ending.
No.
And then all of the Starks kind of get a happy ending. Like they all like Sansa becomes queen, Bran becomes king. You know the kid in the wheelchair, he becomes king. Do you know why?
No.
Because Tyrion goes, we should all vote for the next person, and they go, Bran has the best story, so he's the king now. And then Sansa is the queen in the north. because there's two kingdoms now.
That's
Arya
fair.
gets on a boat to go west to discover new lands, and Jon goes north to. Oh, he killed the queen. So they go, you are now no longer the king. You have to go north and join the Black because that's what we're gonna do. The only people who want him to do that are the remainder of Daenerys' army, which is the Unsullied, which is, Rayleigh Ritchie,
Yeah.
that guy.
Grey
he's-
Worm.
Yeah, Grey Worm. He's the one who's like, no, Jon has to go to the north because he killed our queen. Then the Unsullied get on a boat and leave. And Jon's family still goes, yeah, you have to go north. And he just does. He just goes, okay. And just gets...
What is the Black?
The Black is like the wall. You know, you live on the wall. The thing he
Yeah.
already did, he has to retake it. Even though he was like, but watch is ended. And he killed Daenerys, so they're like, you're a criminal now. Even though the only people who give a shit about that left. So Sansa, his sister, Bran, who's the king, is like, sorry, man, we gotta do this.
You know that soldier guy did say it.
It makes no goddamn sense now that I'm talking about
None
it.
of
When
it
I watched
does.
it, I was like, oh, how interesting. And
Because it's the cinematography that gets you.
well, that and yeah, all of that. So yeah,
Ouch.
that's why some people were upset with it. 'Cause
I
it was
would
just,
be too.
It's so like, I still think it's not fucking terrible, but it could have been so much better.
Easily.
So much better.
There are like 100 choices that could have been
much
made.
better. Yeah, Daenerys' character, a lot of people are like, it changed too quickly. She just became mad too fast. And I agree, sort of.
Yeah,
not
I mean,
really.
I could totally say that there are moments, and I did it in my last video, where people have like snapping points.
Yeah.
Where suddenly their morality shifts and they're either shown that what they believe is wrong, or they just discard a part of themselves because of what's just happened.
Yeah, they wanted to shock the audience.
Well, what I'm saying
what I
is
think.
these individuals are constantly discarding parts of themselves and becoming new people.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, they're an amalgam of what they're about to become and what they used to be, all their weaknesses, and then embracing this new person that they're unfamiliar with.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like she just gets rid of all of herself at once,
Yeah.
which is bad.
The problem is that she disassociates and her character changes over the course of like 2 episodes. That's all of that
You
I
can
just
do
said
that.
is like 2 episodes.
Yeah.
You can't, because the entire show has been fucking
Yeah.
9 seasons long.
And it revolves around like 100,000 people.
And
so.
Jon had character development over the course of seasons. And she just is like this and just right at the end. And everybody's like, oh no, they foreshadowed it. And I have to agree with everybody else on this. Just because you foreshadowed it doesn't mean that's character development.
No.
Just because you said, okay, we left the option open if Daenerys ever comes evil, but then we could just stamp that out if it never. That's not character development. That's just leaving the option open.
Just having a symbol and then having a character become that symbol doesn't make them interesting.
Right. And so like I constantly say this is my only opinion, my biggest opinion about the show. I wish it just had one more season. Flesh out everything, and that's not me saying I want more Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
That's me saying
I
they
want
had
good
a
Game of
massive
Thrones, yeah.
goddamn budget. Okay, they had, and HBO wanted more from it, and D&D, the writers were like, no, we want to.
Oh.
We can do it in 6 episodes with an hour and a half for each episode,
And then they just didn't.
and it just.
That hurts.
So I think that if they had another season where they could have fleshed her character out a little bit more, they could have done the long night. Oh, the other thing, the Night King, the super fucking badass dude.
I know about that.
He just gets knifed
I
in
know
the
about
second
that, yeah.
episode. Yeah. If they could have done the winter, the battle with the Night King in one season, and it could have been a lot of character death, a lot of crazy shit going on. It could have been like post-apocalypse, and then the final season could have been all of Daenerys.
Does the Night King ever speak?
Nope.
Then I'm okay with him being killed immediately.
Yeah, I wasn't that upset with it
Because
as other people were.
like if he's like a Thanos villain and he has like motives, then you want to hear his monologue before he gets killed.
Yeah.
If this guy doesn't talk and is a natural force, then I think it kind of makes sense that he's just
it's
annihilated.
also kind of cool. Like, I don't know. Everybody's like, it was dumb that Arya killed him. I was like, oh, it was fucking dope.
That's
like,
how-
have you seen it?
No.
It's so cool. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna put the mic down. I think it's awesome.
We'll just watch it later.
No, I'm gonna show it right now. What she does is she jumps at him with this knife, and she gets like right here, and then he grabs this arm.
And he has another one ready.
No, and she just drops it.
Oh yeah, no, I heard about that.
And I was like, that's kind of fucking cool. Like that's awesome. Shut up. Stop calling me. And so I thought it was neat. He doesn't say anything. There's one part where he smiles. It's really dope. He never smiles. And there's one part where Daenerys flies over to him and just blasts him with fire. Just full fire. He's fine. And he just looks at her and just smiles. Raises all the dead back. And then just keeps walking.
Kind of a baller move.
It was kind of hard.
But it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
He's like the Ice King. And then just fire attacks him. He's like, I'm naturally invulnerable to that as I am made of cold.
Well, that was their whole thing, is they thought that dragon fire hurts them. Because that's what the dragon glass is.
Dragon glass, yeah.
Yeah. All the kitties are being loud. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, after Jacob's extensive rant...
welcome to the Game of Thrones rant. It's over now. Sorry about that, guys.
And for some reason, we're going to wrap up the podcast there. So
Did you have other things you wanted to talk about?
Nothing big.
Not anymore?
I was just going to lead in, but...
Sorry.
We're going to watch a couple videos and talk smack, and then we're going to film for some videos.
Yeah, we sure are. So
stay tuned, my dudes.
Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you next week in another episode of the That's the end of the podcast.
That's the end of the podcast.